For Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs bye week couldn't have come at a better time, and not simply so that the aches and pains from the first 7 games of the NFL season can subside. We can't wait to see what surprises Mahomes brings us. How come Mahomes isn't resting on his bye week? Do not go any further. Stay tuned as we explore this topic in further detail. Let's look at an interview of Chiefs Patrick Mahomes keeping busy even during the bye week. There's the Kansas City Current, his wife Brittany's women's professional soccer team, which will face the Portland Thorns of the NWSL Championship on Saturday in Washington, D.C., and the Kansas City Royals, a Major League Baseball team in which he owns a stake, are on the verge of hiring a new manager. Oh, and he plays Call of Duty with his friends. Mahomes credited improved communication in last week's win over San Francisco to playing that game with Juju Smith-Schuster, Travis Kelce, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling a week ago. Mahomes appeared to be on the same page with his new wide receivers and venerable tight end for the first time all season, and the result was an offensive explosion against one of the NFL's best defenses. Kansas City entered the week 5-2 atop the AFC West, rather than 4-3, and tied for first with the Chargers. "I don't play every game," Mahomes explained later. "I had a free night on Friday, so I told him, I'll hang out with you for a while. It was just Travis, Marquez, and me. Marquez and Juju are fantastic. Travis and I are doing fine. We did our part and went 3 for 3 in Warzone, which I rarely do." So, Mahomes said, referring to his upcoming game against the 49ers, "I felt pretty good about it going into the game." Mahomes should be pleased with how the first half of the season has gone. Moving on, the big question mark surrounding the Chiefs was who would replace Tyreek Hill, who had been Mahomes' go-to guy for the past few years. But his numbers through the first 7 games have been as good as ever. He leads the NFL among true quarterbacks in touchdown passes, 20, yard passing, 2,159, and passer rating, 109.5, all while facing 3 of the top 10 scoring defenses in the league. When Mahomes threw for 423 yards and 3 touchdowns against the 49ers, Valdez-Scantling caught 3 balls for 111 yards, and Smith-Schuster caught 7 for 124 yards and a touchdown. It was the first time in Mahomes' career that he had 2 players with at least 100 yards receiving in the same game who were not Kelce or Hill. Patrick Mahomes epitomizes a Hall of Famer. "He changed the game," said Bills pass rusher Von Miller. "No one has ever played the game as well as he has. He's left his mark on our sport and our league," Miller added. "He's influenced his teammates to perform at a higher level than they would normally." In terms of Hall of Fame, Mahomes' victory over the 49ers was the 55th in his first 70 starts, tying him with Hall of Famer Ken Stabler for the second most at that point in an NFL career. Only Otto Graham, another Hall of Famer, has had a better start with 56 wins since the NFL began tracking such statistics in 1950. Following that, Mahomes is also rewriting the Chiefs' history. He just passed Trent Green for the second most career passes completed with 1,726, and he needs 360 yards to pass Green, 21,549, for the second most yards passing. At his current rate, he could surpass Hall of Famer Len Dawson's 28,507 total at some point next season and break Lenny the Cool's record for touchdown passes, 237. "He's too much fun," said Joe Montana, another Hall of Famer quarterback. "He does everything that every quarterback is told they can't or shouldn't do. He does it all, and he does it well. You don't throw off your back foot. You don't go this way. You don't throw sidearm. And you don't throw down the middle late. He is one of the most talented players in that position." Next, as a result, few other quarterbacks in the NFL can make plays like this. "Some guys have that innate ability to look downfield and try to make a play," said Kansas City offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy. "He has those pilot vision eyes that allow him to see the entire field. Some players cannot see a flag thrown from their left and understand. I have receivers potentially open downfield because the defense slacked off. As a result, we encourage it. We want him to make plays whenever possible, but he won't have to make any plays this week." Mahomes will be busy watching the Chiefs compete for a championship and possibly taking a call or two from Royal General Manager J.J. Piccolo, who will be wrapping up their managerial search. Moving on, is Chiefs Patrick Mahomes already among the best players in NFL history? The Kansas City Chiefs offense has some new faces this season, but Patrick Mahomes is one of the constants keeping the team in Super Bowl contention. Following a home loss to the Buffalo Bills in Week 6, Mahomes and the Chiefs won convincingly on the road against the San Francisco 49ers, who had just acquired star running back Christian McCaffrey in a trade from the Carolina Panthers. The Chiefs outscored the 49ers 44-13 in the fourth quarter after trailing 10-0 in the first. Mahomes finished with 423 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a 132.4 passer rating while completing 25 of 34 passes, 73% 73.5%. Kansas City improved to 5-2 and first place in the AFC West with the victory. Following that, Mahomes was praised for his achievements. On Monday's First Things First episode, co-hosts Nick Wright and Broussard praised Mahomes for his historical achievements. Wright named Mahomes the greatest player in NFL history, citing the statistics he has led quarterbacks in since the Super Bowl era began. It's not an opinion when I say he's Mahomes, the greatest player we have ever seen through 70 games, Wright said. Through 70 games, he has the most wins, 55 yards, 302.1 per game, and touchdowns, 171. That looks promising. What do we say following the Raiders game? You don't want to lose to Mahomes. But you know what you don't want to be? Beating Mahomes, because he wins 59% of those games after a double-digit comeback, and we can show you the numbers. He's now 13-9 with Brady coming in second at 38. He's 3-0 this year when trailing by a large margin. In comparison, the rest of the league is at 19%. Mahomes and head coach Andy Reid are adjusting to life without star wide receiver Tyreek Hill, whom they traded in the offseason to the Miami Dolphins. They added veteran wideout Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Sky Moore with the 54th overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. They also have Travis Kelce, the dependable tight end. Next, although Broussard did not go so far as to say that Mahomes is the greatest or most talented player in NFL history, he did claim that Mahomes is the best quarterback in league history. I don't like to think of quarterbacks solely as football players, Broussard said. People say Brady is the best football player. I disagree, but he is the best quarterback. I told you last week while watching Mahomes play against Buffalo, he's the best quarterback we've ever seen. I said, now he must continue to triumph. He won't be rated as such unless he wins more championships, but he is the best we've ever seen, period. Mahomes has 2,159 passing yards, 20 passing touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and a 109.5 quarterback rating this season, while competing 66.9% on his passes. He leads the league in passing yards, touchdowns, and passer ratings. Mahomes has also gained 113 yards on the ground. Mahomes has averaged 4,676.8 passing yards, 37.8 passing touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and a 147.8 quarterback rating, while completing 66.1% of his passes in 4 full seasons under center for the Chiefs 2018-21. Kansas City won Super Bowl 54 with Mahomes at quarterback, coming back from a 2-point deficit to defeat the 49ers. Mahomes, 27, signed a 10-year, $450 million extension with the Chiefs in 2020, keeping him under contract until 2031. Finally, Patrick Mahomes reacts to Chiefs adding offensive weapon in trade. The Kansas City Chiefs reportedly gained another weapon to their Patrick Mahomes-led offense on Thursday, completing a trade with the New York Giants for wide receiver Kadarius Toney. Jordan Schultz of The Score first reported the news, and it has since been confirmed by ESPN's Adam Schefter and NFL Media's Tom Pelissero. The Giants will allegedly receive a 3rd-round compensatory pick and a 6th-round pick in the 2023 NFL Draft in exchange for Toney, a 1st-round pick, 20th overall in 2021, who has shown promise in 2 seasons with New York but has struggled with injuries and inconsistency. Thursday afternoon, Mahomes appeared to respond to the deal by uploading a GIF of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson smiling with no caption or context. Despite his lack of production thus far in his NFL career, Toney is an intriguing talent. In his first season, the University of Florida player had 39 catches for 420 yards in 10 games. The 23-year-old has only 2 catches in 2 games this season and hasn't played since week 2 due to an ankle injury. But the Chiefs are counting on him to fulfill his promise and carve out a key position in their stacked offense. Well, that marks the end of our video for today. We hope you enjoyed it. On your way out, hit that subscribe button for more content like this in the future. Thanks for watching.